feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I was your host today, Ted Jenkin, with my guest, Tom Raymond. He's a serial entrepreneur. We were talking about all sorts of good stuff today. Now, if you're on the Shrimp Tank YouTube channel, it's very important while you're on here to click the button subscribe. That way you get all of these great videos. The real way to get them is you've got to click that notifications button. When you do that, they're going to come right in your inbox because a lot of you have said, how do I become an MBA as an entrepreneur? How do I get street smarts? How do I get book smarts? The way you're going to do that is by watching these hundreds to thousands of Shrimp Tank videos, all sorts of great information. And we'll talk about a few things here in the post-show wrap-up, but we had a great podcast today. Go to shrimptankpodcast.com to hear the entire podcast that Tom and I did. So you've been a serial entrepreneur. You've built and sold businesses. A lot of people may want to know what your best piece of advice is if you're thinking about starting a business.
Yeah, I think if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're going to start a business, my best piece of advice would be know your end game. Know, is this going to be a job that I'm just going to, own and control and manage to make money, or am I planning for an exit? Because I think that has a lot to do with the structure you set up and the way you kind of treat the business as you
You're
go
right,
forward.
because you could be building it to just cash flow it. Mm-hmm. You could be building it for a family member or a future generation. Or, like Tom said, you could be building to sell. Now, you have sold 2 businesses successfully. Most entrepreneurs have never even sold 1 business. So what recommendations or thoughts or advice could you give to people watching this about what you should think about if you're going to sell your business?
I would think if your intention is to exit at some point, make sure you are taking care of your legal up front. Really think through that and have that figured out good. And also your bookkeeping and accounting. Make sure you have a good CPA and your accounting is in the right spot, because those 2 things will have a big influence when it comes time to exit.
So think about what Tom's talking about. All the legal documents need to look good, and your books need to be in great shape. That's going to make the sale easier and quicker. It may actually add a multiple to your business. I know, too, we talked about this in the beginning of the podcast today. You're a Division I athlete. You hike the Appalachian Trail. And a lot of business owners find themselves mired in the day-to-day parts of the business. What do you do to keep maximum or optimal performance as a business owner? How do you recharge? What might you recommend to people watching the post-show wrap-up?
Yeah, I would recommend that have something that you do that you love to do that just totally allows you to cut off, whether it's hiking or kayaking or just getting away and playing with the kids. Have this something where you can turn off for a weekend or 3 or 4 days, and that really will give you a lot of time to recharge. And a lot of time, your best ideas come when you get that time.
You mentioned manual labor. Yeah. Manual labor is the big.
Yeah, for me, I like to move the body. I think it helps me get ideas.
It is. We always think this is one of the things we hear from entrepreneurs. Some people are out there running marathons. Some people have a farm and they're just working on the farm. But getting your brain away from the business allows you time to think about the business, because you may be in the business all day and not seeing those ideas. For folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank, how can they get in touch with you? I know that you're going to be on to your next entrepreneurial venture, too. We talked about it on the podcast. How can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for new opportunities, and people can get in touch with me at 404-402-7022 or email me at tom@talkingsticktechnology.com.
Hey, everybody, I would email him. He's a 2-time successful entrepreneur in the terms of selling a business twice. Most people never even get to do it once. And we have some great people on the Shrimp Tank that you should see that have sold businesses. One that you might want to watch is a guy named Tom DiGregorio. He sold a company called AquaGuard. They put foundations in the basement. He had a major exit in that business. You might want to check out that podcast, or check out Duffy Realty. They were the #1 real estate agent here in Atlanta for 10 years, and they sold their business as well. Those may be 2 that you want to watch. Thanks so much, as always, for watching the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.